Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another instant reaction for the Sean Talks Movies podcast. My name is Sean, and I have just gotten out of the theater from seeing a little movie called Captain Fantastic. It is starring Viggo Mortensen and a couple other people you might recognize. Frank Langella, Steve Zahn, Catherine Hahn are all in there. And then a bunch of kids, none of whom I've ever seen, but are all fantastic. Yes, I used the title to describe the movie. Anyway, the story revolves around Viggo Mortensen's character. He is a kind of a hippie-ish type dad who has taken his kids into the wilderness and is raising them out there, kind of away from the real world and technology and all that. And these kids are all really smart and learning how to fend for themselves on a daily basis. When Viggo's wife suddenly passes away, he has to make a decision as to whether or not he is going to bring his kids to the funeral, because his father-in-law is telling him, if you show up, I'm going to have you arrested and reported for child abuse because of what you're doing to these kids. So it essentially turns into a road trip movie where the family is maybe or maybe not going to go to the funeral. They're trying to figure that out along the way. And we kind of see how they interact with the real world outside of the element of being in nature. Now, this is a movie I've been wanting to see for a little while. And I have to say, Captain Fantastic is almost fantastic. It's a very good movie. Wow, the sun is going right into my face, and that's good. But Captain Fantastic is a very, very good movie. You guys should probably check this one out while you still have the opportunity, while it is still in theaters, because I strongly recommend it. I don't really want to get too much into the details because there are a few things that happen in the course of the movie that I don't want to give away. But what it does do very well is it does touch on the idea of grief, as well as how we all cope with grief. And the reason that this movie works is the performances. Viggo Mortensen, he kind of got put on the map when he did the Lord of the Rings stuff, but he has been fantastic when he does his own kind of standalone fare, and he's very, very good here. This is one of the better performances I've seen from an actor so far this year. And he and the interaction he has with the kids are all great, and all the characters are all fleshed out really well, and you feel for all of these characters as you're going through the movie. And I do have to say, I don't want to give the reasoning as to why I teared up towards the end of the movie, but I definitely teared up towards the end. This is a movie, again, I don't want to spend too much time talking about, because there's a lot in here that is very good, and you guys should definitely check it out just to see what this movie is all about. Captain Fantastic is one of the better movies that I have seen so far this year, and it is definitely worth watching. If you guys can get a chance to get out to the theater, otherwise wait for it to be on Redbox, something like that, definitely check out this movie. Again, it's a very emotional film, and you're going to get caught up in the characters, and it's just another sign of when characters are well written and a story is well done, we can have great original fare. And you know, it's sad that movies like this are not necessarily going to be the ones making the money. I get it, but this is the perfect example of a movie that is original fare. It's an original concept, and it's just a fantastic movie start to finish. And one thing it does really well as well is it doesn't necessarily glorify the existence that this family is living in. They kind of toe the line between whether or not it's good or bad what this guy is doing with his kids. And by painting that portrait and showing, you know, there's good and bad, a pro and con, it creates a more realistic picture. And it's just, Captain Fantastic is a really good movie. You guys should check it out. I strongly, strongly recommend. This is going to be vying for end of the year awards type stuff, I would say, so far. So Captain Fantastic is, I'll go out and say it, fantastic. So if you guys are not already doing so, please follow Sean Talks Movies on the social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. All the links are in the description below. Also subscribe to this YouTube channel, and rate and subscribe to the podcast over on iTunes, Podcast Addict, all that good stuff. And tell everybody about it. Keep sharing, because that's how I get more listeners, followers, watchers, subscribers. More people to watch and stuff. And in the meantime, I don't know, maybe go read a book and learn about Noam Chomsky and the Bill of Rights. And don't call things interesting. Be more descriptive. Saying interesting is a cop-out. Go see Captain Fantastic.